guys, happy holidays. So I'm vlogging to you from my home here in the province, and I actually arrived here yesterday afternoon, and I said, like, I think I should be vlogging for the next few days because it's a little bit extra special that I'm here right now, because usually traditionally, my partner and I would celebrate Christmas in our home in the city. But this year, it's very different. So this is the first time we're actually celebrating Christmas here. So, it's actually so great for us right now because everything is looking to be a little bit brighter, because we've had a little bit of some difficulty throughout the year. But everything's so much better now. And it took a while for us to get into the festive Christmas season or feeling, and for the rest of the season we're just gonna be taking it easy. We'll just relax and just enjoy each other's company. So I've decided to vlog here for a few days just so that I'm hanging out with you guys, and you guys can also see what I'm going to be up to. And for sure this is not going to be makeup related or even skincare. So I hope that you guys don't mind that, and I hope that you don't mind hanging around with me. So this time, because it's our first time celebrating Christmas here, I will be setting up the Christmas tree today. So I am so excited about that. So let's go together, because I just want to show you guys my process. Okay, right. So I'm actually so happy to be here, to be finally with all of my dogs. I haven't seen most of them for over 2 months because of the planning that we had to do, and also the transferring of all of our stuff from our home in the city to here. So I'm just so glad that I'm here right now, Elaine. I'm so glad to have seen them also. Okay, so what we have here in front of me right now is the Christmas tree. So this is it. So let me just zoom out. Okay, so we have decided to place a Christmas tree in the corner here, and it's actually located near the main entrance of the house, which is that one. So usually when I do the Christmas tree, I always do the lights first. So I always run the lights across one entire branch of the Christmas tree. I loop it around the end, and I add more lights, and of course I bring it under one of the leaves, things like that, because this just adds brightness. And I also make sure that at the very base of one branch, I add some light close to the trunk of the Christmas tree. I hope you guys can see that. And the main reason why is because that's going to light up that portion of the Christmas tree, because usually there's no light there and it's always dark. So adding some Christmas lights there just adds more luminosity, and it just brightens up everything. Okay, so we're gonna do that here on this other branch now. I feel very easy. And although it's very rainy today, it's a little bit dark, this is actually the perfect time to do it, in my opinion, because I can see where the lights are going. And once I get to the edge of the Christmas tree here, I actually don't add lights at the back of the Christmas tree because it's going to be useless. And it also adds to a certain effect, especially at night when everything is illuminated here in the front, and it just creates a shadow at the back. So once I've attached the Christmas lights here at, let's say this portion of the Christmas tree, I am going to loop it up, and I'm going to continue the process from the second tier, third, fourth, and all the way to the top. Okay, let me just remove my jacket because I am heating up and I'm starting to sweat. Hey lover, what is it? Stop going under the rain, okay? The only thing I don't like about putting on Christmas lights is that these all get tangled, and it's quite easy to untangle. But yeah, I have always been tasked to attach the Christmas lights every year, and eventually it moved into me actually decorating the entire tree. And what we do is that, because when our foster kids were younger, they will actually come in after I've set up the Christmas tree, and then they would add their own touch by adding decors that they wanted to see on the Christmas tree. Okay, so let's continue now. So I'm halfway on the tree, so we're getting there. My aunt actually taught me how to light a Christmas tree because during Christmas, when I used to live with them, she was the one who told me to help her to set up the lights. And she was actually a practical arts teacher. So she had a understanding on how to light things up properly. And she was always big in decorating her home for this season. So the great thing about looping lights in one single branch of a Christmas tree is that it kind of illuminates the Christmas tree evenly. Because I'm sure you would have noticed that if you only run a single string of light in one layer of the Christmas tree, it actually makes it look uneven, especially at night. And you've noticed that the brightest portion of the Christmas tree is only in the area, I think from this portion to the top, because all of the lights are closer together, so they shine brightly. So by adding additional loops into one single branch just makes everything look nice and even. I actually learned that the hard way. Okay. And as I near the top of the tree, I just become generous about it, not as, let's say, systematic. And I just ensure that the lights come out a little bit from the tips of the branches, just so that it has the illusion of light. Okay, and after that, let's check how it looks like on camera. And that's when we start balancing. So I can see that there are some gaps here, so I just need to move the branch up. Move the light, spread out the small branches. It doesn't have to be perfect. I think, just enough to bring light into the tree. So let me just press this upward, because I actually don't like it when the base of my Christmas tree is bending downwards. Okay. And that should be good in my book. Okay, double check. So I'm happy with how the lights turn out, and now it's time for the Christmas tree skirt. So I keep all of my Christmas stuff in old boxes. So this is my old Vitalish box, and this is my Christmas skirt. Wow! So I've had this not too long ago. So it has a very nice cute Santa here at the front. I could be Mrs. Claus when I'm wearing this. Okay, so I'm going to put it under the tree now. And by the way, these are all LED lights, which I'm so happy about, and we've had it for a few years, so they last a really long time. And at least they don't burn the Christmas tree, because the Christmas tree that we have here is plastic. We don't have Christmas trees the way that you guys in America actually have, wherein you can actually purchase one tree for your holiday season. And we've actually had this tree now for a really long time, and I'm actually surprised that it lasted for so long. And this tree actually comes in layers, so it's actually very easy to store. You just remove the top, and then you remove the middle, and you just fold all of the leaves, and then you put it in your storage. Very, very easy. Okay, so I'm going to attach the Christmas tree skirt now. And let's put it here under. Okay, let's look at it from the camera. It looks good. Yep, I'm happy with that. Okay, and now it's time to attach the ribbons. And I've had these ribbons for years. Can't believe they've survived this long. It's actually fantastic. And I just attach it randomly onto the tree. And what I like about these ribbons that I bought years ago, I think the edges here has a very tiny, metal attachment that actually enables you to maneuver and guide the ribbon and how you actually want it cascading down your tree, or how it's attached. And now I have these I call them Christmas tree necklaces. So let's attach them. This nice, happy string of pearls around the tree. And now just for some ornaments. So we've had these like ornaments for decades, and we don't really change like themes in a year because Christmas decors are very expensive. So it's always usually in golds and like whites, and then of course we'll be having some reds sprinkled into the tree for some accent color. I'm not being too cerebral about it, like but just the overall feeling of making it look pretty. You guys, good afternoon. So I'm outside my home office today, and I have here a cup of tea with me to keep me warm because it's a little bit cold. There's actually a weather disturbance going on, but I'm just so glad that it's not a storm, so we're all good. So some rose hip and hibiscus tea will do the wonders of increasing my vitamin C and just keeping my insides nice and warm for today. So as you've seen yesterday, hang on, let me just taste this. That's actually quite good, very tangy. I love it, and I don't have it with sugar. Although usually I would, but I only would add some sugar if I would be drinking this cold, so that it keeps it more refreshing, especially on a hot summer's day or during a hot afternoon here in our home. So anywho, yesterday I left you after I finished setting up the Christmas tree, and I actually love how it looked like. And usually during the first full day back here, it gets a little bit busy because we have to start planning the food that we need for the week. And of course we need to check if I have stocks here at home, if I have dishwashing liquid, bath soap, cleaning supplies, things like that. So that's what actually happened as soon as I finished setting up the tree. So everything is all planned out now, even up until Christmas Day. So we've planned to keep it simple, nothing really fancy, so which is good. Now I was actually planning of going to town today, because I just wanted to go to the grocery store, things like that. And I also had to go to the store that provides our prepaid internet service because my SIM card got deactivated. So anyway, long story short, I just realized when I was about to leave for town this morning that it's a Sunday, so it's closed. So that kind of derailed a little bit of my plans of what I was going to show you guys today. But what we'll be doing instead is that we'll be talking about the latest updates that Sonia G released on her blog site. And I was so excited when I read this last night because as a fan of Sonia G Brushes, I was this is something to look forward to, especially some of the releases that are happening. There are a few new products, and there are also some products that were revived, that were released years ago, and I actually missed out on it. And we'll discuss that as we go along the video today, okay? Okay, so Sonia actually released 4 updates on her blog site. I actually missed out on her posting on Instagram because I was traveling from my home to the city to here, and I was also a little bit groggy, just like, from the lack of sleep and also the stress of traveling. But I'm so glad that I was able to actually capture this because there are some brushes here that I actually want to get. So basing on this post, this is just a timeline of most of the products that are going to be released. So starting on December 26th, 2024, she will be releasing the Mini Kiyaki Sheer Buffer. Yes, and she will be also releasing the Mini Kiyaki Set Volume 1 and the Mini Soft Brush Book, which is new. So it's very exciting. Okay, so on January 1st, she will be releasing the Mini Sheer Buffer, which is also a new product. Very excited for this. Anyway, I'll get to that a bit later. Also on January 1st, she will be releasing the Cranes Over Mount Fuji Act 1. And this is the first batch of 2. So at least we have something to look forward to, especially if you've been wanting to get this brush holder from her. And the other thing that she is releasing on January 1st is her soft brush book with a price increase, which she has also stated in previous posts before. And she'll be also releasing the portable brush holder. Now, I love this portable brush holder. It is one of the best purchases that I have ever done from Sonia G, and I bring this around with me all the time, especially at work. So I keep it inside my makeup kit. Now, unfortunately, I wasn't able to bring it with me here for this trip, and the main reason why is because I just actually forgot about it, and because it was out of sight at that time. And I'm so glad for this restock because if you are someone who cannot afford her wooden brush holders, and if you find it too expensive, this portable brush holder is actually perfect for you, especially for the price point of this, and also on how easy it is to fold and put in your bag and to carry with you, especially if you're someone who always travels all the time. So I have a first impressions vlog about this. I'm gonna put the link down on the description box. Okay, all right, so the other things that she's also releasing on January 1st, there's actually a lot. So she's releasing some brushes from her Traditions Kiyaki Kakishibu set. So the TF1 is being released, the TF2, TF3, and the T6. So again, I have vlogs for this. So if you're interested, all the links are going to be down on the description box. Okay. Now, one other piece of information that's very important to talk about is that her Fusion Face brushes are going to be restocked for the last time, also on the same date, January 1st. If you are very interested in getting this set or any of these brushes, now is the time to do it. And I do have to say, I love these brushes. They have worked extremely well for me. As a hunch, I think this set is going to evolve. It's going to get a redesign that would fit into the sentiments and the aesthetics of the Traditions Kiyaki Kakishibu, because the Traditions Kiyaki Kakishibu brushes from Sonia, you can use them for a variety of products, liquids, cream, powder. And if the Fusion Face brushes transforms into being part of the Traditions Kiyaki Kakishibu, I think it's gonna be quite fitting, especially that there will be no synthetic brushes involved in it. Or maybe we might also see a mix of Kiyaki Kakishibu dyed Seikohogo hairs with synthetic bristles. So that's something to look forward to. Again, I don't have any insider information, but I think this is one thing that we should be looking out for come 2025 from Sonia G's line, because this Fusion Face brushes, they're so amazing, and I think it's just shifting depending on how Sonia looks at her line, and also on how us foodie lovers actually celebrate some of her brushes. So let's see. And anyway, so what else? So on January 1st, some brushes from the Sky series are also going to be coming out. So you have the Flat Definer, Classic Crease, Jumbo Blender, Mini Cheek, and the Soft Cheek. And some brushes from the Pro series are also coming out on the same day. So that's the Fan Pro, Designer Pro, Sheer Buffer, Cheek Pro, and the Face Pro. Now I have had videos for all of these brushes. So if you're interested, I'm going to put the link down on the description box for that. And by the end of January of 2025, the master face and the smooth buffer is coming out. This also goes for batch number 2 of the Cranes over Mount Fuji Act 1. Okay, now in spring of 2025, the Mini Kiyaki Niji and the Mini Kiyaki buffer is coming back. Amazing. And most especially, the Japanese Gardens brush holder is also coming out at the same time. So I am actually very interested in getting this brush holder. So I'm really going to save up for this, and I'm going to try to find a way on how I could purchase it. So I think the best thing that I can do is I could send this to a friend of mine who lives in Los Angeles. So I really love this brush holder. It's so beautiful, very, very artistic. Okay, so yeah, so those are the timelines of most of the brushes and items that Sonia is releasing for the end of 2024 and for the first quarter of 2025. So if you don't follow Sonia G on her blog posts or on her Instagram page, let me tell you guys that she will be coming out with a new brush, and it's actually called the Mini Sheer Buffer. So it's actually smaller in size than the sheer buffer, and basing on the pictures that we see here, it will come with the Pro Series handle. This brush head size for the Mini Sheer Buffer, I think will fit well into smaller pans that have, like, you know, a lot of cream or, like, you know, hybrid formulas. Most especially the Nisamyric's groundwork palette, the rose one. I forgot the full name of that. I was actually very interested in getting that palette, but the only thing that was stopping me from getting it, being that the putty formula, or, like, you know, the clay formula is set in a very small pan, and you need a certain type of brush to actually pick up like, you know, that formula and to buff it into the face. And when I saw that Sonia was releasing this Mini Sheer Buffer, I said, I think that's the brush that I have been looking for. And I think this is like a good brush that can be, like, you know, as a replacement for, like, you know, some brushes from the Fusion Face series, because I think that this brush is going to be an all over use brush. Like, you can use it for, like, you know, highlighters, contour, cream blush, like, you know, even for spot applications of foundation and concealer. And if you just want a sheer application of color, I'm sure you can actually do this. But because the brush head is smaller and maybe it might be denser, you might also get, like, more coverage out of this in comparison to the sheer buffer. But this is just all speculation at this point, because I'm just seeing, like, you know, all I'm seeing right now is, like, you know, the difference in brush head size and maybe, like, you know, the density of the bristles. So we will actually know how the Mini Sheer Buffer will perform as soon as I get it. Okay, now of course, if you check out this blog post of Sonia, she'll explain in detail what the Mini Sheer Buffer can actually do. So I won't go through that. So if you're interested, I'm gonna put a link down on all of these updates from Sonia, and then you can go and check it out. Okay, all right, so the other update that I was so excited about is actually the Mini Kiyaki Sheer Buffer. And I had a little exchange with Sonia on Instagram about this, because I didn't realize when I made the comment that she was actually releasing a Mini Sheer Buffer. And I really thought that she was talking about the Mini Kiyaki Buffer. So it's totally different. So the Mini Kiyaki Sheer Buffer is just the sheer buffer in the small Kiyaki handles. So the brush head size is going to be the same as the sheer buffer, and I'm very excited about this. I've always wanted to purchase one more sheer buffer brush from Sonia, but at the time that I was deciding to do so, the talk show that I was on actually folded up. So I kind of like shoved the idea just a little bit, because it would mean that I would have an extra brush that I wouldn't be using. But seeing that the sheer buffer is going to be coming in a Mini Kiyaki option, I will be getting this, because at least I have two different types of sheer buffer in my collection. It's just going to be a nice visual cue for me to know which brush to use for a specific product or color. So I will be definitely getting this brush. All right, and the other thing that she is also releasing, which is new, is the mini soft brush book. Now I don't have any of the accompanying brush books from Sonia because I am not the target market for it. I couldn't find any use for it, if I think about it, because of my work. So I have my own brush kit, things like that. But I believe that all of these accompanying brush cases from Sonia will work for someone who is maybe constantly on the go, or for someone who has a small collection of brushes and you just want to keep it in one compartment. These are going to be so amazing for you. Basing on what I understand from this blog post is that the mini soft brush book can actually fit a lot of the mini keyaki brushes from Sonia, which is amazing because I actually have some of the mini keyaki brushes with me right now. So hang on, let me go get it. Okay, so here are my mini keyaki brushes from Sonia. They're all inside this brush case, but I think this can double as a case where you can store your eyeglasses or your sunnies. So they're all here. And I actually used to store my mini keyaki brushes in one of my Chikuhodo brush pouches or brush wallets, but unfortunately because of the size of that and how compact the design is, it actually really crushes the bristles, especially for the big mini keyakis. So this is the mini keyaki niji and this is the mini keyaki buffer. So that's why I actually transferred them into a case like this, because at least it doesn't crush the bristles and it doesn't go out of shape. So seeing the design of this mini soft brush book, I can see that the mini keyaki brushes from Sonia G fits perfectly in it, and for sure it won't crush like the bristles. But I kind of like the fact that there are small pockets inside where you can put some makeup stuff as needed. So it's actually a perfect brush case for traveling. So far that's just the update that we got from Sonia G. So I hope that you hanging out with me and talking about this can also help you plan out if you're interested in getting some brushes from Sonia, may it be from her current release or a few of the items that she's planning to release well into spring of 2025. Okay, so at this point, I'm gonna let you be because I'm kind of losing light. It's almost late in the afternoon. So I'm gonna see you tomorrow because we'll be going to town together as I run errands, okay? Hey guys, good morning. So we're going to town today and I have just already finished putting on my initial skincare, and now we just need to put on some sunscreen because this is very important because sun damage is permanent. And for the past few days it's been cloudy here and rainy, but today I can see that the sun is peeking out of the clouds. It's going in and out intermittently, so any form of protection is so important. And I'm also going to be wearing a cap today. I actually have been wanting to shave, but I'm saving it up until Christmas. So I'm so excited to go to town today because I have not seen the town center here during Christmas season, and I rarely go to town whenever I'm here, only as needed, because usually I would bring stuff over from Manila to here. So that just makes me avoid long queues in the grocery store or even in the drugstore, because there's only one major grocery store here, and although there are two drugstores, sometimes the line takes so long. So today is an exception and I'm actually looking forward to it. Okay, so that's my sunscreen down. Now by the way, this is our bedroom and I kind of like the changes that I'm seeing here. So first things first, before we go to the car, so I now have a small bed here. So pardon the mess, we just woke up. I haven't fixed the bed yet because I have to rush to town. So I used to sleep on the floor on a mattress, and the reason why is because well, this is our main bed and all of the dogs sleep with us and we actually don't fit anymore. So that's Tanner. Tanner, I love you. Yeah, so I'm actually so glad that one of the day beds downstairs that my partner used to keep in the office is now here, and that's now my bed. And interestingly enough, even if my dogs have a very big bed to share with my partner, they still crowd with me on my very small bed. But I guess that is just the nature of having dogs in the home. And also one other thing that I am liking in the setup here in the bedroom is this one. So if you've catched my vlog like a month or so ago, I said there that we were on the verge of transferring our stuff, and this is one of the cabinets that we had in our home in the city, and I actually love how my partner set it up here. So this is his little vanity, and this is his a drawer of his things. So all of my things are gonna be here now, which is way too big, but I kind of love it. And also one other thing, I love how this drawer is designed. So here, that's our underwear here, our swimming trunks and other stuff here. And I actually love how deep the storage is here. Hang on, let me try to open it. Okay, I need to use both my hands. Okay, so look how deep it is. And I actually thought that this could have been a perfect storage unit for my makeup. So my partner is gonna look for a similar drawer cabinet for me that we will place in our condo unit in the city. Okay, all right, so let's now go to town because it's already 10:30 in the morning and I don't want to arrive there when it's crowded. So let's go, guys. Okay, I'm on my way to the drugstore because I need to purchase some facial wash because I left it at home, and I'll be using the Lisa Eldridge facial wash, and it's too expensive. So let's go to Watson's. So my go-to cleanser, just in case of an emergency, is from Cetaphil, and I'm so glad it's readily available here. And now that I've had this, I'm gonna pay for this, and we're going to go and head to the main square in town. Okay, so I just came from the internet provider here. Unfortunately, they cannot solve the issue with my modem. It's something that we can't do anything about at this time, so I'll settle it once I go back to our home in the city. But for now, what we're going to do is we're going to head to the church. We're going to just pray a little bit and thank God for all the blessings that He has showered to me and my family for 2024. Hi guys, good afternoon, and my dog Chio also says hi. Say hi, boo boo. Okay, so it is now the day before Christmas, and usually at this time it gets a little bit busy because we are starting to prepare for Christmas Eve and for Christmas morning. So I've already actually started to cook this morning, and I wanted to vlog, but it just gets so busy that sometimes I forget. And I'm so grateful that my partner actually shot some videos where I was preparing some chicken macaroni salad, which he actually asked me to make. So I'm gonna insert that here, and that chicken macaroni salad lasts us until like New Year, so at least I don't have to make any more like savory desserts up until then. But I'm not finished cooking yet, so I have yet to bake some banana bread. Now I'm not gonna show you guys the step-by-step process of that because I've already done a vlog with me showing you that, and I was also here in my home in the province. I think it was like around 2 years ago. I'm not sure with the timeline, but if you're interested, I'm gonna put the link down on the description box. Okay, now I'm going to close out my vlog for today because I don't think I could shoot anything more because it's gonna get very busy, especially like as it gets closer to dinner time. And although I've already planned things, I'm sure I'm gonna forget to press on the record button. So that's it. And what else? Before I let you guys go, so that you can also like do the stuff that you guys need if you celebrate during the holidays. Yeah, so by the way, yesterday I went to the town square. It was actually quite nice because last year the decorations in the town square were not as colorful, and I think during the evenings there are a lot of lights there, like everything lights up. I'm gonna ask my property manager here if that happens, but it was just like a summation in my head because people prefer to walk around during the evenings, and I'm sure there are also like some Christmas markets happening in town. But when I'm here in my home in the province, I just stay at home. Like I stay with my dogs, and we just like really lounge around. And I think my partner also was able to shoot a snippet of like me hanging out with my dogs after I've started cooking this morning, and I really enjoy like spending my time with them. And yeah, so usually we're just here at home, we don't go out, and we just like really take things nice and slow. Okay, yeah, so that's it for my vlog today. I'm gonna let you guys go because I'm having a little bit of some internet issues, and if ever I decide to make it any longer, I might not be able to upload it because it might be too heavy. And given that like the signal for the data keeps going in and out, I'm hoping that I would be able to upload this video on time. Okay, yeah, so by the way, if you're a fan of Sonia G Brushes, don't forget December 26th she has brushes going to be released for us foodie lovers. Okay, yeah, so that's it for me today, so I'm gonna let you guys go now. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being here. I truly appreciate it, like knowing that you guys are watching and talking with me, like either on DMs on Instagram or here on the like comments box. Like it really fills my heart, so thank you so much. All right, so I'm gonna let you guys go now. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being here, and I hope that you're having a good day wherever you are. Bye. Happy holidays.